Did you want it on Facebook too, or just YouTube? I need to figure out how. It's just the driver, man. It just doesn't connect to our OBS. You know what I mean?
So it wasn't reading any audio from that thing.
We had this problem before, and they needed Brandon to help us out and stuff. But as soon as she comes back with that one we regular use,
Good morning. Awesome. So my name is Donna Wolf, and I am one of the prevention specialists at the YCIC, the Youth Crisis Intervention Center and Youth Shelter up on the hill here in Winnebago. I work under a Garrett Lee Smith grant, which is all about suicide prevention, and I want to make sure to introduce our other speakers.
Hello, my name is Jamie Moore. I'm with Domestic Violence. I am the outreach specialist for youth. So if you guys have any questions, either during the presentation, after the presentation, reach out to me. Don't be scared. Okay?
Hi, my name is Marcy Tilley, and I'm a therapist at YCIC. You do not have to be in YCIC to come see me, so if you have any needs, desires, just need someone to talk to vent to, you can call out there and come see me.
I'm Emily Hankey. I am the intake and outreach specialist at the YCIC, and I'm working under the Tribal Opioid Response Grant.
So this morning, you guys are going to get to listen to a couple of us speak. I was asked to speak on cyberbullying because a couple weeks ago, do you remember when the FBI guys were up here? Yes. Okay, their presentation was all about the legal side of cyberbullying and pretty much letting you all know that you all can really get into a lot of big trouble. Everybody's thinking that you can make these fake accounts on the internet and they're not going to find you. You can say all the nasty, ugly words to people, and it's okay because that's not me. But hopefully you did receive that message that the FBI can track you down with that. So I'm going to show a couple different videos. The very first one is it cyberbullying?
Cyberbullying happens when someone posts or shares harmful or mean content about someone else on the internet, social media, apps, texts, video games, or digital devices. Take this example. Maddie took a screenshot of her classmate Shauna's from social media. She then used an app to make Shonda look like a monster in the photo and added some insulting words. After sharing it in a group text, some classmates replied with hurtful, mean comments about Shonda. Others laughed and shared it with others. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Maddie wanted to embarrass Shonda, and by doing so, she encouraged others to do the same. What can Shonda do? Take screenshots of the cyberbullying. It's painful, but Shonda needs to document what happened in case it happens again. Shonda can also block the group texts. She should tell what happened to an adult she trusts. Together, they may want to report what happened to the school. How about this one? Malcolm plays multiplayer video games online with people he only knows through gaming. A few of them have added him on social media. One player, Lucas123X, or Lucas, used to chat with him a lot while playing, asking a bunch of personal questions. Malcolm answered and didn't think much about it. But one day, Lucas posted all kinds of personal information about Malcolm on social media, mixed in with lies and comments about his ethnicity and gaming skills. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Lucas was trying to harm Malcolm and his reputation. What can Malcolm do? He can take screenshots of the posts and block Lucas on social media. What Lucas did may have also violated the rules of the social media site and the gaming platform. Malcolm should report Lucas's behavior to the sites. He can also avoid a game if he knows Lucas is one of the players. Malcolm can tell an adult about what happened. Together, they can help determine if they should report it to the police. And remember, never give out personal information to strangers. Here's another one. Jaden and his friend Dylan were having fun, kidding around after school. Jaden took photos and posted them online. One photo showed Dylan making a weird face, which they both found funny, but other kids who saw it started posting mean comments about Dylan's face in the photo. Dylan was upset by the photo and the comments. Is it cyberbullying? No. If Jaden didn't mean any harm and he's willing to delete the photo, it is not cyberbullying. If Jaden doesn't delete the photo after seeing the negative comments being posted about his friend Dylan, he could be contributing to cyberbullying though. What can Dylan do? He can ask Jaden to remove the post and, in the future, to ask permission before sharing photos of it. If Jaden is a friend, he'll respect Dylan's request, apologize, and delete the photo. For more information, visit stopbullying.gov.
StopBullying.gov is a fantastic site to visit. Now, I know you guys are all 9th through 12th graders, and you're kind of past the car. Not, and I'm an elder in my tribe. So it has a really good message there that if for some reason you are being bullied online, whether it's a gaming system, any other social media site, you have the ability to report the offender. Please know that you don't have to keep tolerating it. Block them and report them. That's the biggest thing about cyberbullying. You guys have the power to make this stop. And it's all about respecting one another, because in Native country, we all are about respect. The ones that have their hoods up today, I would greatly appreciate it if you would take your hoods down while we're in here today, because I am an elder in my tribe, and we are going to be having another elder in here speaking to you guys a little bit later this morning, so I would greatly appreciate that. The next video that we're going to be showing is a PSA about cyberbullying, and this definitely touches the topic that I work within.
Hey everybody, it's Matt Lanter from 90210. Bullying is never right, okay? And it's not cool. Using the internet to bully someone is called cyberbullying. And sadly, this is becoming a huge problem in today's schools. The consequences for bullying can be disastrous, both for the victims and the perpetrators. Check out this example of what happened at this school.
Let's talk to your boyfriend. No way. I hate that bitch. That fat little did it and done. Hate her. Did you see her flying her fat ass around Matt? What a slut. No more Jenna after what we have planned for her. Can you get her email and cell phone number? Sure can. And I'll get the websites she visits. I'll get her lame friends' emails themselves. Wait till everyone sees this fat big picture of Jenna I just found on the internet. I love you too. Here comes the pig. Ginormous Jen. You gotta get a picture. You don't have to worry about Matt and fat slut anymore. Can you believe that pig going home because she can't handle being called fat? Like, she should look in the mirror. I love this one. FPS. Fat pig slut. Jenna, no one loves you. Especially Matt. We literally can do this all year. Especially Matt. Did you see what someone wrote on her wall last night? Wow, it's going viral. Yeah, did you hear about that new website, hatersofjenna.com?
Attention students, this is Principal Rivard. I regret to inform you that the family of Jenna Long has told us that last night Jenna committed suicide. We would like everyone to take a moment of silence to remember Jenna. We will miss her. Anyone who needs counseling, please come to the office. And you should know, The school is cooperating with the family and authorities in determining what may have led to this tragedy.
Brittany, Shayna, Tanya.
Come with us, ladies, please. Now, ladies.
Does anybody want to talk about it?
If you're bullying someone, stop it now. If you're being bullied, reach out to an adult that you know and trust. There's a lot of ways to get the help and support that you need. Thank you.
So what happened in... She got bullied. What else? She killed herself. What else was going on at the very end? Who came into that classroom? Authorities. Awesome. Because, remember what I said before? You guys think that you can't be found on the internet, but you can. And there are laws now in different states. They are prosecuting people if you take part in any type of bullying where you tell someone, well, why don't you just kill yourself? God, everybody be better off if you just died. Why don't you just end it all? Kill yourself. You can be prosecuted for that. Are you aware of that? So please know this is not a joke. This is not a laughing matter. The 1-800-273-TALK number, 1-800-273-8255 is the National Suicide Hotline number. The texting number is 741-741. You can text any word in front of those 6 digits, 741-741. And now July of 2022, Congress, I love this, Congress did pass the 3-digit number, 988. So anyone is going to be able, everyone knows the 911 number for an emergency. But starting in July of this year, you can dial 988, and it will go directly to a suicide hotline crisis number for you guys, for anyone, anywhere. So that video is proof that happens a lot. The emotional and mental state of people by being bullied, you need to really understand how words hurt. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. The next video that we're going to be showing is all about a virus.
A new virus, unlike any other, has infiltrated schools through social media.
Pandemic quickly spreading around the world. Its origin is yet to be known. However, individuals with a history of negative and violent home environments are often more susceptible to contraction. This girl has been infected. She is now host to the virus and risks spreading it to anyone. Every post the host makes and every text she sends exposes the virus to multiple people instantly. It is highly contagious and no one is immune. But some individuals may suffer more greatly from its side effects. The virus has chosen its victim. Carriers of the virus can be the least suspected of people and may even be unaware of their own infection. No one, not even this girl's parents and teachers, are aware that she is carrying such a deadly disease. Strains of this illness can be transferred by phone, email, and social media. Through wireless and satellite transmission, it can reach you at home, at school, or anywhere. The effects of the virus can take hours or days before getting out of control and causing serious damage to its victims. The virus feeds on those who are vulnerable to feeling emotions of hate, anger, envy, insecurity, and peer pressure. The effects have proven severe and could cause emotional scarring, creating long-term symptoms of depression and, in some cases, suicide. But there is a way to fight against it. Fight the virus. You can put a stop to it. In support of Pink Shirt Day, join the battle against bullying. Write in pink to prevent further outbreaks of this pandemic. Protect yourself and report cases of the cyberbullying virus.
Love that song, Good Vibrations. So, okay, what was different in this video? What was going on at the very end? They reported it. They stood up. They were not tolerating all that negative talk on there. Said, no, she's beautiful. She's awesome. As Native people, are we to be kind, compassionate, caring human beings? We are meant on this turtle island for a reason. We're not to be spreading rumors and gossiping and all the ugliness that goes on within Indian country. We are not. We're here to lift each other up. It's just as easy to say a positive thing as it is to tear somebody down. Mr. Terry Medina was here Friday, was wonderful, talking to the 5th through 8th graders about that you have a choice each and every day. And I'm pretty sure he's going to say the same message to you guys today too. All of us, I don't care how old you are. If you can start talking and walking, clear up to our elders. All of us have a choice each and every day what we're going to do with our lives, what we're going to do with ourselves. You can go this way, you can go that way. Which wolf are we going to feed each day? Our next video is teens talking.
Before you do. I mean, you hear it all the time, just think before you talk. I also think before you post, it works that way too.
My name is Giselle and I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Devon and I am in 7th grade.
My name is Anita and I'm in 7th grade.
My name is Rajante and I'm in 7th grade. Describe cyberbullying. Cyberbullying to me is saying hurtful words on a site or app.
I think cyberbullying is just like all other bullying. It's all hurtful and you can always hurt someone's feelings no matter what type. It could be physical or you can hurt them mentally, you know. But it's like cyberbullying is just as bad as physical bullying.
Cyberbullying is like when you choose to go online and make fun of other people.
I've seen it happen in like group chats, and I've seen like cyberbullying happening when it's first like all fun and jokes, and I've also seen it as anonymous accounts
they basically like say people's secrets.
What was your first reaction when you see negativity towards someone else or when it's directed at you?
Reread it. I reread it. Just like I reread it a couple times to see if I'm like misreading a word or something.
Let's say like I was looking at someone's page and then I just kept saying, and like every picture, that same person keeps saying like in the comments and like the pictures, and I usually say like, you know, if you don't like her, then why are you on her page?
They should think about what if they was getting the words said to them that they're saying to other people. Just think about what you're saying before you type it and post what you're saying before you hurt someone's feelings, hurt a group of people's feelings.
Social media was used to like in a positive way, and like there's people using it as a negative way. There's times where it just gets like personal, and like some people don't realize that words that you say might like seem like a joke to you, or you might think that you're kidding, but some of that to them might be true.
Think before you do. I mean, you hear it all the time. Just think before you talk. Also, think before you post. It works that way too. Because if you're gonna post something, you're not gonna think about it until after you see the comments that you're getting. Think before you type. Think before you write. And think before you talk.
What you say harmful. So if you like type something up, but you don't actually mean it, can like be taken in the wrong way, and it can lead to other problems.
Just think about what you say.
How does online bullying impact what happens at school?
People could take it too far. If you take it too far, if someone gets mad at school, then there's a confrontation between you and them. It's just downhill from there, and then it ends up to something that's bigger than it should have been. If you could have avoided it by watching what you say.
Also, like it could lead to like fights and also rumors.
What ideas do you have to help someone else who has had experience of being bullied online?
And like
Some people share what happened.
I would give advice on like just relaxing first, think about your response, and then send it.
It's not right, and you don't have to go through that every day.
So what would happen if you see a person at school who you know is being cyberbullied online?
Talk to them. Just tell them, like, hey, man,
it's not worth getting mad for.
Thank you.
You can eat lunch with them. A letter and then put it in their locker. So like maybe if they're sad in the morning, they can like open their locker for them to eat it and they're happy.
Stand up for them in a good way, not as I was saying, like keep going back and forth, like take it in a responsible way.
And about the thing, like if someone calls someone ugly and you see that,
Use your expression being comfortable in your own skin. What does that mean?
Be you. Nobody can change you. Be you.
Stay confident about writing.
Everyone's good at something. There's always gonna be that one kid who you feel like you want to be like, and there's gonna be that one dog or that one teammate that you're gonna strive to be like, but at the end of the day, you're gonna realize it's on yourself.
Awesome. Where are the seniors in our group today? Please raise your hand. We have no seniors here? 1, awesome. 2, awesome. 3, 4, 5, 6. Seniors, you are almost done. We are almost to April, and you guys are almost graduated. Woohoo! Now, you are done, almost done with this chapter in your book of life, but you are going to continue on. I'm not sure which direction you're going, if it's college, if it's work, if it's on to superstardom. Who knows? Athletes, all different directions. But, again, how you walk your good red road in life really matters. So even though we're talking about cyberbullying here at school, believe me, in the adult world, the bullying does not stop. Bullying can happen at workplaces, and in all different environments in the adult world. So even though you guys are thinking, it's like geared toward his kids again, no, this can be for anyone at any age. I'm from Norfolk, Nebraska, and I'll never forget, I had an elderly woman in her 80s come to me one day. She was being bullied in her ladies' aid church group. Because I know everybody's laughing at that, like, what? No, those little old ladies can be really mean to one another. Like, it's messed up. There's no reason not to be kind to one another each and every day. Like I said, this does not just happen in youth and in school. This can happen across the span of your lifetime. I love some of the things that they were saying, and as Native people, we have that choice and the ability to be leaders and to set examples within our communities. It doesn't matter where you go in life. Be proud of your Native heritage. Stand tall. I love that I'm in my ribbon skirt today. I love wearing it. I am Santee Sioux myself. Don't let the hair color fool you. Our next video that we're going to watch is a few more teens talking about this topic.
To avoid digital drama, but I think it's mainly inevitable.
You need to like get ready to like have something be said that maybe you won't like.
On social media, you know, everything social-wise gets a bit more intense. It just causes so much unnecessary drama, I would say.
Sometimes I need to take a break from it, because sometimes it's too much for me. And if there's like drama going on, I'll set it aside.
And even though there are steps that we can take to reduce it, it's not going to end.
You can say anything over text, which you would never actually say in real life.
It's so much easier to fight with your friend over the phone than it is to fight with your friend in person. That's a new thing.
People can just hide behind, certain accounts and certain places on social media and just say whatever they want to say. We kind of have this disconnect that I think sometimes social media can cause, where it develops like almost a tolerance for a lack of empathy.
It's really important to think about how other people are going to take it, because whatever comment you make can be seen by potentially thousands or millions of people. Now more than ever, where somebody makes a rude comment and they get put on blast for it.
You don't see the other person's reactions, so you just keep on going. You don't know if the person is sad. You don't know if they're angry. You don't know what they're thinking about you.
Social media can turn into sort of a negative space when there's a lot of like anonymous posting. No one else knows who that person is, so it creates a lot of like tension and drama within friend groups.
In the comment sections of posts that are viral or popular, I'll see someone voicing an opinion, and all of a sudden there'll be a thread of even hundreds of comments, people just arguing and not even knowing each other.
You could get insulted very easily, like on your appearance, on your like just anything that you say, anything that you put out onto the internet.
Something so small can escalate to something so big, and as it escalates, the topic can completely change to something that's really big.
People that I know actually worry about how many followers they have compared to other people, if they're not getting as many messages.
When I see like the people around me getting into drama on social media, kind of makes me not want to be on social media. It just seems easier to not be a part of that.
I have a couple of friends who are very close, but they fight a lot. I'll get screenshots of their conversation from both people just being upset and saying long paragraphs about how upset they are, and instead of talking to each other about it in person, instead of suggesting both of them multiple times.
I would say I'm more comfortable talking face to face, because on social media, it's hard to communicate a sense of realness and emotions.
The best way to deal with digital drama is to leave what's happening. Maybe it's a group chat that you're in, just to leave that, because the more that people talk about it, the more that people are going to think about it, and the more you might get into it and you might say more things.
It is really easy to get your feelings hurt, but you just gotta it's just they're just hiding behind a screen basically.
I think the best way to deal with digital drama and help mediate it is weeks. First of all, I always suggest talking in person because that's always easier.
Avoiding confrontation is something that I'm trying to be aware that I don't do. A way that I can just disassociate myself from the negativity is to just not respond.
Digital drama. Ooh. We got enough drama in our real lives, don't we? But then, man, drama. And I've got a really good friend down in Florida that we're friends on social media. Man, does he get in arguments on political stuff? I'm just always like, dude, stop it. And people are just going back and forth. So remember what I said? It's not just teenagers that do this. These are grown adults arguing on Facebook, on different social platforms. I mean, major arguments. It's like, wow, you guys, just step back. Who in here ever just, you know what, I'm going to get off social media for a while? Who's ever done that? I see some adults. I say, oh, awesome. Have you guys, I'm talking to the 9th through 12th graders, have you ever just said, you know what, I'm not going to check that for like a week. I'm going to put it down. I'm not even going to look at it. Anybody ever done that? Fantastic. It's a great break. Awesome now. Enjoy nature. Put that phone down for a while. All this stress and anxiety and that digital drama can be minimized just by stopping looking at it. But I understand it's really addicting to have our phones all the time. I understand that. So part of that last video was about how do you deal with digital drama? So how do you talk about bullying? So if you've been bullied, witnessed bullying, or bullied someone, you could use some support to deal with it. The first step is talking to a trusted adult about what you went through. This could be a parent, another family member, a friend's parent, a teacher, a coach, a faith leader, or a school counselor. And you have tons of those support people here at Winnebago School. It may feel hard to start the conversation, and that's okay. It's okay to say so and talk about how you feel. For instance, you could say, you know what, Mom, I'm kind of scared to tell you this, but, or something happened that really bothered me, or it's really hard to talk about this. Or I'm afraid you're going to be mad at me, but if you know what you want from them, then no, tell them what you need from them in this situation. You could say, well, I just need someone to listen. I need help figuring out what to do. I don't want you to talk to anyone about this. I just need you to listen. If you don't know what you want from them, just tell them what happened. You could say something like, you know what, Dad, something happened today. Or I saw something today. Or I did something today and I want to talk about it. The most important thing is to talk to someone you trust about it. It's okay if you blurt it out or don't know what to say. You just need to talk about it. So again, too many times, if we are being bullied, because I was bullied as a kid back in elementary school. I did not grow up on the res. I went to an all-white school, and I was very, very native looking with my black hair, my big apple cheeks, and I was not a skinny mini. I'm still not a skinny mini. But I was definitely bullied in my elementary school and junior high. I know what that is. It does not make you feel good, and it's not fun. But you can get through it. You just have to make sure that you talk to somebody about it, because there are lots of trusted adults around in your circle. Our last video, I want to end on a really good upbeat message. It's called Rethink.
Go kill yourself. Why are you still alive? You are so ugly. Rebecca Sudwick, an 11-year-old girl from Florida, received those mean, hurtful, tormenting, and embarrassing messages on her social media. They would ultimately lead her to jump off of her town's water tower to her death. In the fall of 2013, I would come home from school to read that story. I was stunned, shocked, and I was heartbroken. How could a girl younger than myself be pushed to take her own life? That's when I knew I had to do something to stop this from ever happening again. But the pain and the misery that Rebecca endured, it had already happened. The damage was done. My name is Trisha Prado. I'm 14 years old, and I'm from the great city of Naperville in Illinois in the United States. I'm passionate to stop cyberbullying at the source before the damage is done. I'm a big dreamer, and I believe that everyone should have the right to dream, persist in their dream, and see that become a reality. So when I read Rebecca's story, I immediately wondered, were there any others like her out there that were suffering as well? I'd soon learn that she was one of a countless many. Megan Muir died 3 weeks before her 14th birthday. She hung herself in her bedroom closet where her mother would find her when coming up to get her for dinner. She'd received messages like, "The world would be a better place without you," on her MySpace account. The damage was done, and Megan suffered the consequences. Tyler Clementi was an 18-year-old student at Rutgers University. He was just getting used to college life and his new gay identity. One day, his roommate and a friend decided to use a webcam and a laptop to stream some of Tyler's most intimate moments with his boyfriend all over social media. The damage was done. Humiliated, Tyler took his life, jumping off of the George Washington Bridge. I wish, more than anything, that I could rewrite those stories. I wish I could make every perpetrator rethink what they did. But what if I could do that? What if I could stop the damage before it was done? Would Megan, Tyler, and Rebecca still be alive today? Cyberbullying is a huge problem. 52% of adolescents in the United States alone have been cyberbullied. And 38% of them suffer suicidal tendencies. Let's look at it from a global perspective. A quarter of the world's population are adolescents. We're talking 1.8 billion teens. Imagine then, in the social media revolution, how more and more of them are getting on social media and more of them are being cyberbullied. So why do kids cyberbully? Look, I might be biased, but I'm pretty sure that kids are not mean devils that run around with cruel intentions. I don't know about you, that's what I think. And what about adults? Are they nice or mean on social media? Now, when it comes to adults, I wasn't really sure. So I had to do some research to figure that out. So that year, for my science experiment at school, I decided to look at how age affected the willingness to post offensive messages on social media sites. What did I find? This younger age group, ages 12 to 18, was 40% more willing to post an offensive message than an older age group. Okay, the number didn't surprise me, but why? Why was that younger age group so much more willing to post an offensive message? I started to do a lot of research. And one day I came across an article and it had one sentence that would forever change my view on this problem. They said, the adolescent brain is likened to a car with no brakes. High speed, no pausing, no thinking, no considering. We just act. So why is it like that? Our brains are kind of weird. They develop from the back to the front, which means that our front part of the brain, it's not developed until age 25. Why is that a problem? Well, prefrontal cortex, it controls decision-making skills, rash, impulsive decisions, spur-of-the-moment feelings. So that's why adolescents don't think before they act. They just go ahead and do something. Whether it's downing 15 Red Bulls on a dare, skipping an English final, doing something crazy. We don't really think before we do it. How then? I was venting about this to a friend. I was like, gosh, this is horrible. And she said, Trisha, I really admire your passion, but you've been talking about this for the last 50 minutes as if you just discovered it. It's a huge problem, but social media sites are already doing stuff to stop this. And I went, oh yeah, you're right. But I'd soon find that what social media sites are doing is really nothing. Their mechanism is a stop, block, tell method. You stop what you're doing, you're the victim, you block the cyberbully, and you immediately go tell a parent or guardian. Sounds pretty reasonable, but here's what actually happens. Adolescents, we're kind of afraid to tell people that we're being cyberbullied. Research shows that 9 out of 10 times, victims don't tell anyone that they're being cyberbullied. What's more, why are we putting the burden on the victim to block the cyberbully? Why aren't we changing the behavior in the actual cyberbully? And it anchored me. There wasn't a single effective way to stop cyberbullying, and it was a silent pandemic that was affecting so many people around the world. That's when I had an idea. I know from my research that adolescents don't think before they do things, right? So what if they didn't think before they type? What if I gave them a chance to think about what they were doing? If an adolescent tried to post an offensive message on social media, if I went, whoa, hold on, you're about to post an offensive message to someone, that could really hurt them. Are you sure you want to post this message? Would they still be as willing to do it? I had no idea, but I was ready to find out. So that year, using my science and technology skills, I created 2 software systems. And basically, they were able to compare whether an alert that prompted adolescents to think about what they were doing actually decreased their willingness to post offensive messages. So for 4 to 6 weeks, I basically lived at my local library. All the kids were always giving me weird looks. But, in the end, it was totally worth it. I was able to get 1,500 valid trials of data. And what did I find? 93% of the time, when adolescents receive an alert that says, whoa, you're about to post an offensive message, they change their mind. I was able to decrease the willingness to post offensive messages from 71.4% to 4.6%. Think about that. My research proved that rethink before you type, rethink before you post, rethink before the damage is done is an effective, long-term method to stop cyberbullying at the source before the damage is done. So rethink has become insanely popular, I'm glad to say. Just a few weeks ago, I was at the Google Science Fair for my research. I'm a global finalist, and I also currently hold a United States provisional patent for this idea. So now my main goal is getting this out there as a product and stopping cyberbullying. I'm currently working tirelessly to create a Chrome extension browser and a mobile add-on for mobile platforms. That way Rethink can go global and stop cyberbullying before the damage is done. Steve Jobs once said, simple can be harder than complex. Original, much harder than derived. But when you get there, it's worth it because you can move mountains. He is so right. Rethink has proved that in those few seconds, when you decide whether or not you're going to hit post, those few seconds mean so much in the future.
class, or your annoying boss. That can mean the fat girl's life or your job. So I encourage all of you, rethink before the damage is done. Very rarely in this connected world do we remember we need to slow down, pause, think about what we're doing. We're posting a message, and that has significance. So choose to rethink. Rethink before you type, before the damage is done. Thank you.
So that girl just amazes me. She's 14 years old, and she's uber smart enough to get this app going.
This is an actual app. I would love it if you guys would get this on your phones, called Rethink. And it actually says, do you really want to post this? It gives you just that couple seconds to think about it, like, maybe I shouldn't actually say that. You read out this big, long text, and then sometimes you're like, backspace, like, no, I don't want to say that. And you just put K on it, or thanks, or whatever. That's a great app to put on your phone. And I also love the research that she did, those brains that she was showing. That frontal lobe of our brain doesn't fully develop to the age of 25, but now the research is 27. So that cognitive thinking of, if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do this, this is going to happen. Not fully developed till the age of 27. And then she also referenced how the teen's brain, it's like it's on a freight train. They just move forward like they do before they think. So if we're always like, seriously, why did you do that? And some of these kids are like, well, I don't know. They don't know because they just did it without thinking. So that kind of helps explain it. My time is almost up, so I definitely want to say thank you to the Winnebago schools for allowing me to come in today and talk about this really important topic that is not just happening here at the Winnebago school system. It is countrywide. It's all over the place. So again, you have the power to stop this. You have the control to say no more. Stop it, block it, report it, and just take a break from your phone for a while. It really is our brain healthy thing to do. Are there any questions or comments before my part ends today? We have another microphone. It's okay to ask. Questions? Comments? So I am going to say one last time before I leave, the 1-800-273-TALK number, 1-800-273-8255. You can press 1 for veteran, 2 for Spanish speaking. The 741-741, the chat line, 24/7 chat line. You can text any word in front of that. And July of 2022, the 3-digit number, 988, will be implemented. So again, we're going to take a little bit of a break. I was informed that you guys have fruit in the hallway, which is fantastic. Snack time at 10:05. So we definitely can take bathroom break and get a snack before we get started again. So thank you so much. All right, welcome back, everybody. So we are going to be starting part 2 of this morning. We're going to be having Miss Marcy and Jamie up here talking to you guys.
Thank you, Donna. Just a little reminder again about respect. Please lower your hoodies. What I'm going to be talking about is relationships. And when it comes to relationships, I'm talking about your friendships, your relationship with your siblings, your relationship with your parents, your romantic relationships. And so I'm just going to touch some basic little steps, and I hope that some of the things that you hear that you can relate to, and maybe stop and think about your own relationships and what can be changed with yours. So I'm going to start with the unhealthy relationships. An unhealthy relationship, they have peer pressure. If someone is threatening to expose you or your weaknesses, spreading rumors or lies, that's not a healthy relationship. If they have problems with putting someone down, making someone feel bad about themselves, if there's name calling, if people are thinking that you're crazy, if they play mind games. I know you guys all know someone that has played mind games, if you're not doing them yourself. Or someone that makes you feel guilty about something that you've done, even though it's something that, like if you've studied for a test and somebody will make you feel guilty because you didn't spend time with them, instead you did that. That's not a healthy relationship. Somebody should be supporting you, studying, and working towards your goals, okay? No matter who they are. Your parents saying, well, you should have spent more time with us. No, you have a test. Stand up for yourself. It's okay to stand up to your parents in a respectful manner. Don't disrespect them. Don't yell at them. But there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I have a test, Mom, or Choka, or whoever you're living with. Okay? The use of social status. Okay, an unhealthy relationship does not have you be their servant. Okay? You are not a servant. Just because somebody is the star basketball player or whatever does not mean that you do everything for them. Okay, that's not a healthy relationship. And that includes romantic relationships. Sometimes there's the people out there that will say, go get me this, go get me that, I want a snack. Woman, go do that. Man, go do that. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. That's not healthy, okay? If they're threatening you, like that they're gonna hurt themselves or that they're gonna end the relationship, that's not a healthy relationship. If you're in a relationship and your boyfriend or your girlfriend is saying, well, you need to do this or you need to do that, or I'm gonna break up with you, see ya, because that is not a healthy relationship. You deserve better than that. If someone is using sexual force, and it doesn't have to be intimate, if they are manipulating or making threats, if they are getting you drunk or drugging you, if they are pressuring you and you say no, even if you are thinking that, yes, I'm all for it, I love you, this is what we're going to do, and at the last minute, you say, no, I don't feel comfortable with this, and they are forcing you, no, you have a right. This is your body. This is your temple. And you have a right to speak up for yourself. You have a right to whoever touches you. Now, that does not mean if somebody, I'm going to use you for an example, goes up and goes like this, hey, what's going on, that you're going to punch them, okay, if you don't like to be touched. All you have to do is just say, hey, I really prefer my space. Please don't do that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay? Use some coping skills. If you need help with them, I'm more than happy to help you with some of them. In healthy relationships, there's negotiation and fairness. You accept changes, and you're willing to to compromise with different things. You know, there's give and take. Having the non-threatening behavior. You talk and you act, express feelings to help the person in the relationship feel comfortable. Okay, remember, this is all relationships, not just romantic relationships, friendships, relationships with your parents. That is a relationship. Respect, not only for your elders, respect yourself. You have to respect yourself first before you can respect others. You have to understand that where that is coming from. If you don't understand what respect is, how do you express it? How do you do that to somebody else? Please, lower your hoodies and respect me. Please, right now, please. I would really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you. Trust and support. Support each other in their life's goals. You know, if your friend is saying this is what they want to do with their life, and they're going to go to college and they're going to do this, and you're thinking, seriously, you're going to do this? You're going to do that, really? A little story to tell you guys. I got kicked out of high school. I missed too many days, got in too much trouble, in-school suspensions, fighting in the halls, locking people in the lockers. You know, I was not a good girl. Got a lot of trouble. Got kicked out of school. And then I got pregnant. And so I got my GED while I was pregnant. And so here I was, 9 months pregnant, 18 years old, trying to figure out, how do I support this kid now? What am I going to do? What are my goals? This is not what I was expecting. I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't expecting to go to college for sure because I struggled. I didn't know how to study. I didn't understand school. I was just like, man, just get me out of here. I don't care what the heck. I'll just do whatever. I didn't care because I didn't respect myself. I didn't know what a healthy relationship was with another person. My parents tried to show me, but I didn't want to listen to them. They're stupid. Come on, you guys all know what I'm saying when I say that, because you guys all think that you know it all too. It's just how we are. Sometimes we're like, yeah, whatever. You have no idea what I'm going through. But I ended up, after, let's see, I went to college, did 1 year. Then it was 14 years later, I went back to another year. Then it was 7 years later before I went back to college again to finish my education. Because I never gave up on myself. I never gave up on my dream. And I didn't let that crap from the past, the choices that I made, influence who I wanted to be. Now, it made the road very, very hard, and I don't recommend it to anybody. I have survived 3 abusive marriages. I know what life is like. I don't know what your life's like. I'm not you. But I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to not have a healthy relationship. I know what it's like not to respect yourself. I know some things. Okay? I'm not some goody two-shoe. I've lived life. And life's been tough. I've had kids try to commit suicide, my own kids. Now I have 9 grandkids that I'm trying to make sure that I'm helping to live a good life too. You know, life isn't always exactly what we want it to be. But everything starts with knowing what a healthy relationship is and respecting yourself. And not being afraid to stand up doesn't mean you have to be yelling at somebody. But respect yourself enough that you can speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself. If you don't like something, speak up. Say, hey, that's not cool. You see somebody being bullied, speak up. Say, hey, man, whoa, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, you're smarter than that. It's not cool to bully somebody. If you think that you're being cool by bullying somebody and treating them bad, what's that say about you? Not a lot. You must not be respecting too much of yourself. So stop and think about what you're giving to other people too, right? Be honest. Hold yourself accountable for all things that you do. Let me say that again. All things you do. You are accountable for everything you say, everything you do. It's a choice. You make a bad choice, you don't listen to rules, you don't follow rules. Guys, guess what? The rest of your life, until you are in the ground, you will have to follow rules. We all have rules. There's traffic. If I don't follow the rules at work, you think I'm gonna have a job? No. I don't know about you guys, I like money. I gotta pay for stuff. I like food. I wanna eat. So if you don't follow rules and stuff, you're not gonna get that stuff done. Right? Not gonna get a license. Some of you guys are wanting to get your license. That's one of your goals, is to get your driver's license. Guess what? There's some rules that go with that, some responsibility that go with that. That's a relationship between you and that having that license. Now, it's not a breathing thing. It's, relationship, because it's you and the license. You have the right to have that license. You've earned that right. Huh?
It's goals.
Goals. In a healthy relationship, you also have shared powers. So no one's taking control over that. You make decisions together. Everything is equal. You influence each other. Positive. And communication, huge. Because if you're sending texts, a lot of times you send something and they think, why did you say that? That's so mean. Well, no, because they have no idea. You didn't mean it like that. So if you ever, in an argument, you have an issue in a relationship, doesn't matter who it's with, talk to them. Do not send texts, do not send emails, because that is a horrible way to communicate. People do not understand what you're saying. They misinterpret, they just assume certain things. So, use your problem-solving skills and make decisions together. If you struggle with problem-solving skills, social problems, please reach out and say, hey, man, I really struggle with this. I don't know what to do. You got some pointers? Okay? Don't be afraid to reach out to your teachers at any age. If you're not here anymore and you're off to college and you have a good relationship with one of the teachers here, I am 100% sure that you could still call the school and talk to them. That you could still stop in and say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm really having an issue. Because these teachers here, they really care about you guys. And they care about you because you guys are our future. You are. When we are not here, it's you guys. And what you guys learn and everything that you do right now in your life will be passed down to your children and their children and their children. So if we don't try at our age, well, I guess I should say my age because I'm much older than you. But if we're not doing what we can to help you guys, then we are failing our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. That's not what I want. I want my generations to believe in themselves, to have respect for themselves, to go for goals and not give up on things, and to work hard at what you truly believe in. Which should be, number one, believe in you. That's all I have to say. Thank you, guys.
You guys have any questions? No? Okay. How many of you guys watch Coach Carter?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
How many of you guys watch Coach Carter, the movie? How many of you guys like that poem that's in there? Where it says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. How many of you guys heard that? That's a quote I kind of live by every day with everything that I teach kids. The healthy relationships We'll keep you out of trouble, obviously. But the things that come with healthy relationships, I respect. How many of you guys respect each other, even if you're not in a relationship? Friends. How many of you respect your friends? How many of you respect your family, your parents, your grandma, your grandpa, your younger siblings? How many of you guys are role models for your younger siblings?
Stand up if you respect you. If you respect yourself, stand up. If you do
Very
not,
good.
don't stand up. Gives me an idea of what I'm dealing with. Wow. That's wonderful, guys. Go ahead and sit down.
I really don't have too much to say. She kind of covered everything. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I am the outreach specialist for youth. I teach in a lot of things. We do a lot of things. We do a lot of arts and crafts, a lot of events. This summer, watch for my flyers. We will be doing some events for you guys throughout the summer. So I would like you guys to participate, if possible, please. Terry Medina.
Just a reminder that you don't have to be at YCIC if you need anything at all. You can call out there, you can stop out there. Okay? Yes, there's a little bit of a process, there's a little paperwork because, there's certain things, I got to know who you are. But, if you have any questions, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out to anybody. Anybody that you trust, a trusted adult. If you need somebody just to listen to you, please reach out.
You guys can reach me at the domestic violence office. Feel free to come talk to me about anything and everything. Everything that we talk about is confidential. I won't even release the information to your parents if you don't want me to. We'll keep it between us. Confidentiality is what I live by. So if you got any problems with anybody and you need someone to talk to, come talk to me. I'll talk to you. Okay? Don't be scared. Like I said, everything stays confidential. All right?
And now look who we have. We have this amazing Mr. T right here.
Okay, good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'll say thank you to Garrett and Bethany back there. They said this is being broadcast live, and we're going in HD, so they're back there powdered my forehead, my nose. My sun's going to shine too much here with my grease. So this morning, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about choices. Where's my son at? Oh, I told him I wanted to be right here. Okay, I've been, for those of you who don't know me, I just go by T. My name is Terry Medina, Santi Sioux tribal member, married into the Winnebago tribe 38 years ago. So 25 years I sat on the school board here and retired from that now, and then been around here as a probation officer the past 33, 34 years. That's my title, is just a probation officer. I also coach basketball, put together the Brotherhood, Sisterhood Sacred team, and been known as coach. They're just titles. We have administration here, we have teachers, we have professional people here. It's just a title. To me, my everyday walk of life is fatherhood is sacred, motherhood is sacred. Then you talk about the brotherhood and sisterhood sacred, you put that together. The family. The family. So I'm talking about choices real quick here. How many of you children here ever get punished at home? Anybody? Do you guys have chores to do at home? Is that steamer? That ain't steamer. I can't even see, man. Okay, so I always talk about my daughter. She's 23 years old now. Her name is Heavenly Medina. She graduated here back in the day. So how many of you kids have a cell phone that your parents pay for? Anybody? A few of you? So I used to pay for my daughter's cell phone. And so when she don't listen to me, when she gets lazy, when she disrespects me, she don't pay attention, I got to suspend that cell phone. She was a junior in high school one year. Didn't do the dishes, towels laying all over. And so I said a prayer for her. I try to be calm and collected, but you don't want to hear me yelling around, screaming around, because I can do it, because I love my children. So she just did not listen to me. She didn't pay attention to me. So what did I do? I suspended that cell phone. All of a sudden she said, Dad, did you pay that bill? My phone ain't working. Yep. I suspended that phone because you didn't listen to me. What do you think she did? Anybody? Got mad, pouting around, crying around. She did the dishes. Finally, she did the dishes. Finally, she straightened up, washed those towels. But see what happens to a lot of you children a lot of times? What do? You feel sorry for yourself. You guys ever feel sorry for yourself? Anybody? Poor me, poor me. But if you come down to my office, I have a mirror in my office. It's a spirit mirror. People don't make the best choices. They got to come and see me. I try to empower them, inspire them, motivate them to make different choices in their life. So my daughter, Mimi, she was in the mirror one day crying around, moping around about this and that. In a serious yet kind of funny way, I was getting after her. Mimi, I love you. You're my daughter. Think about your choices. And the you children here, think about your choices, because every day you look in the mirror, right? You look in the mirror, fix yourself up. My daughter, Heaven, she's in that mirror one day. Come out there screaming around, crying around. She's trying to put a 4-inch eyelash on. She glued her eyes shut. She couldn't see. Makeup, two-tone lips, that's how they dress nowadays. So yeah, that's right, carried away. I'm going to get a t-shirt, carried away. So there's my daughter crying around. So I was in a real serious way. I said, Mimi, you look at yourself. You take a good look at yourself. While you're looking at yourself, slap yourself. Look in that mirror and slap yourself right now, because you are in charge of yourself, every one of you. You make choices every day. So back to Heaven. Crying around. I think the junior class was going on a trip one year. What do you think she did? I was in my Keen chair. I had the blackmail pictures, but she kind of deleted them. I was in my Keen chair, watching the big screen, watching basketball, on her hands and knees in front of me. What do you think? Daddy, please, please, begging me. I said, Heaven, listen now. You pay attention right now. You think about it. You children, think about it. I said, Heaven, did I suspend your phone? Did I suspend your phone? Yes, you did. You suspended that phone by what you did, right? Or what you didn't do, right? Think about it. So she kept on and on, just begging me. I said, you really want that phone on? You really want it on? Daddy, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. All right, girl. I was in my chair, took my socks off. You go grab that lotion right now. Go grab the lotion right now. It started out like a 5-minute foot massage here, 5 minutes over here. She scratched my back. Here, I had to punish her again. She's cut my toenails next. So then, I'm embarrassed to tell you. She's doing good. She's doing better now. But I'm embarrassed to tell you, 15-minute foot massage. 15 minutes. She got good, put me to sleep. I had my timer out. So I was trying to teach her something about choices. Trying to teach her something. So you come to my home, we have rules over there, right? Garen could be coming to my home. The house got to be straight. It's got to be ready to go. All my children are enrolled here, Thunder Clan. And how they was raised a good way, where my wife right now, for example, she got a Bad knee. She's not best of health. So my daughters come over there, granddaughters come over there, cook for her, clean for her, do everything for her. Her work's done now. She don't do too much. Same thing with me. I do a little bit, but I delegate that to my sons, my nephews, son-in-laws come over and take care of everything. So what's important in your lives right here is choices. If you come down to my office, there's my Fatherhood is Sacred banner. And then what I teach every day at the Father program, that's the number one principle is choices. Over 30-some years, I worked with some tough natives come out of prison. They're all tatted up, arms bigger than my leg. And a lot of times, I still can't listen. One of my bros from Oklahoma down there giving a talk, and sure enough, he got in trouble again. It's a Tyrone. Next time you get a tattoo, you tattoo the word choices right on your forehead. Tattoo it backwards so when you look in the mirror, you're going to see it. Choices. You know, this man, he couldn't say no. He did 30 years in prison. Now he's out. So choices, I'm going to talk about that again. But then we talk about being teachable. Anyone here, how do you become teachable? Anybody? Listen. Who said listen? All right. Buy you a taco for that. You gotta listen. You guys gotta pay attention and listen, not just to your parents, but to your teachers. I'm gonna tell you one story that happened about 10 years ago, maybe longer than that. I was in DDU teaching class. You gotta excuse my language. I'm gonna use a cuss word here. But I was teaching class, and one of the students here was being disrespectful. So I had to take a time out and go over to a home here. I was actually in the drug dependency unit teaching my class. It was one of those moments in time. Does anyone here ever talk back to their parents? Yell around, cuss around at them? Sometimes. So it was one of those Kodak moments in time where I had to take time out to go over there and help out this mother, single mother. It was one of those moments I come in there. This mother sitting in the chair, she had her head down. She was crying. And I never seen that boy before. Big tall kid, black hoodie on. Now this is where I couldn't believe it. He walked by his mom, looked at his mom. His mom had her head down. But he looked at his mother. He said, "Why don't you go back to bed, you old bitch?" Excuse my language, but it's exactly how it happened. And he turned around and seen me. He came down Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday was holiday. Come down to court Tuesday, crying. Don't cry to me. Don't say you're sorry to me. You say it to your mom. And so the rest of the story is he learned a lesson, became an honorable son, a good son to his mother. So that teachable moment, I say it every day. If you're around me every day, I say it every day is a teachable moment. Every day. But we got to pay attention and teach. So when we talk about choices and being teachable, you got to pay attention. You got to listen to your teachers. Be respectful to your teachers. I say this every day. This ain't my father book. For me, true story. All my stories are true unless I'm teasing. So years ago, about 8 years ago, I was down to the IHS here. When it used to be IHS, I was going to the dentist, sitting there, had my coffee. Here come two professional people. Come in the door, had their credentials on, must have been Commission Corps. People that are supposed to be serving our people here for health care. I was kind of standing right there, right in front of them. There's right in front of me. I said, "Good morning, how you doing?" Man, they looked at me. Man, they looked me off. Didn't even acknowledge me. No respect. I was telling Bates to shoot Bates. Back in the day, I might have tripped that woman, made her fall. No respect. So here's my point, guys. I say it every day. After you get up and you say your prayers, giving thanks, then what? You make choices every day. How you everyone here is dressed. Probably went through your closet, fixed your hair, wanted to look good today. So say your prayers, and it's about choices every day. Even when you come to the school, am I going to learn something today? I say that to my grandchildren. What did you learn today? And they got to tell me something they learned. So, prayer, choices, then 3 things I say every day. Man, be kind. Be kind to people. Kindness, practice kindness. Be respectful. Have self-respect. And important as all, keep a good attitude. Keep a good positive attitude. But that don't happen every day. Not just with our youth, but with the professional people. I see it sometimes. Almost bullying the people they serve. For me, you got to talk to people at their level. Even with the children. I had the younger children here last week. Kind of had them paying attention. Got a few spirit pictures on my phone. Captured some spirits on my phone. And so when I do when I pull out my zip drive and I talk to non-native people, I have those spirit pictures on there. Because here it is, guys. As a probation officer, what do you think people do? Come and see me, what do they do? Look me right in the face, lying to me. This one girl, this is a long time ago, she's in my office. How's it going? T, I'm doing good. Went to treatment, going on my classes, I'm doing everything. It's all good, T. Are you alcohol and drug free? I'm straight, T. I'm straight. Sit tight. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my UA cup and give you a drug test. I leave the office. She's gone. Gets out of my office and runs out because she lied to me. But who's she lying to? Not herself. So these spirit pictures that I have on my phone, I tell the relatives, when you're out there drinking around, drugging around, doing whatever you're doing, and you think no one knows, you know. Look at all your spirit relatives over there know. On my mother's side, my father's side, I never knew either side of my grandparents. But they come around. They come around, and there they are, probably shedding tears of sadness and how you are over here. Same thing when you're going to sweat, going to devotions, however you're doing it, going to church. There they are, loving it for you. Wednesday, there's a graduation at the drug dependence unit. There's some relatives that have stayed there. They've stayed the course. They come through the Father and Mother Sacred class. Stayed there. Got nothing but love for my people. Proud of them. So when we go through life, especially there's some seniors here, juniors here, what I tell my people every day, what is your mission? Think about it. What is your mission in life? Whatever it is. I make my relatives that I come in contact with, they have to write a mission statement. But then even more than that, what is your vision? What is your vision for yourself? So they have to write out a vision statement. Because a lot of times, like nowadays, I don't want to pick on the girls of this generation. My wife and I, we have 7 children. And so back in the day when we was having children, there it was, finally, delivery day, time to have our baby. It's a boy, it's a girl. Nowadays, what are they doing? Oh, they're having the big reveal party, right? That's okay, I guess it's changing times. But look at, when your mother had you, each and every one of you, there you are on her stomach, chest, the umbilical cord still attached to you. All my children, they have Ho-Chunk names, ThunderClan names. That I call a raisin. When that raisin finally come off that belly button, that's sacred. We have medicine in there and beaded pouches, all of our children. So when your mother held you for the very first time, over all these years I've been teaching this class, Father and Mother Sacred, there's a part in there that says, who was your father? Who was your mother? Sometimes they'll raise their hand. T, I never had a dad. Never had a mom. Never had nobody. So for me, I also say it like this. Creator God never makes a mistake. However you say it, Mauna, Tekansla, Wakanda, Pusha, Jesus Christ, your higher power, he never makes a mistake. And so that's how Creator God had it for us. So back to that newborn baby That umbilical cord still attached. When your mother, maybe your grandparents were there, father, all the siblings were there. Your mother looked at you, then you got a name. Then later on, you got an Indian name. They didn't look at you and say, man, I hope my son grows up to be a bum, a drunk, a good for nothing. Same thing to the ladies. We want good things for you. We want great things for you. Because you're the future. You know, we look at things now, and right now, the state of Iowa, DHS, I'm up there. Rosecrans Jackson, tomorrow night I'll be up there. Got close to 60 non-natives in my class. Talk about native spirituality and our native ways. They're paying attention. They're shedding tears. All my children, my wife, they're ThunderClan. And so that rain coming down, heavenly blessing. When it's raining out, I'm out there getting that blessing. Every raindrop hits me a blessing. One time, I don't want to pick on the non-natives. They don't know it's okay. One time I was coming over a thunderstorm out back. I was on the school board. I was going to sign checks. I'm walking in the rain here. Some of the teachers, they're retired now. Some of the non-native teachers, they got rain caps on. They got umbrellas on. Well, they want one drop of rain hit them, mess their hair up. They said, Terry, get over here. Get under this umbrella. Nope. So I told them that story. Then they learned something. That's why I say every day is a teachable moment. You got to pay attention, though, and you got to listen. So choices, teachable. Then we talk about service. Man, look at this is a Winnebago family, the sisterhood, brotherhood right here. The Winnebago family. So service is important. Like I said, my daughters, my granddaughters, they serve their grandma, serve their mom, serve each other. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. Say it in a good way, but really mean it. So when you serve people, the small and simple things, you guys all know how to act when we go to a wake, a memorial. You guys are there waiting on the elders, grandma, mom, telling you what to do. But you see, you got to pay attention, even you young men. One day you're going to be standing up here. Someone can call upon you, say a prayer. What's your name? You got to know everything. So serving people is important. Then we talk about wisdom. From the youngest to the oldest, we say, if I had the board out, like when I go around and talk, so how many, with the dogs, how many people have been in jail? Hands go up. How many people have been in prison? Hands go up. How many people have been homeless? How many people have been addicted? All these hands go up. So for me, we go through life and you have experiences. So through those experiences, hopefully you learn something. So we say experiences, you gain a little knowledge. Then finally, hopefully you come to a place where you finally understand. Then you quit. Because a lot of the relatives, they're on a dead-end road. They're going to stay there until they change directions in their lives. I travel around the country. I'm at airports, so I go through a revolving door. I swear to God, people in and out of jail, in and out of treatment, until they want it for themselves. Like if a lot of times people on probation, they come down with their parents, their grandparents, sometimes their children. I said, look at everyone here took time out because they want it for you. That's why in my office I got a spirit mirror. Stare deep into your soul, because what's inside there? What's inside of you right now? Spirits inside you. Sometimes there's hurtful feelings, sad feelings. So it goes back to you wanting it for yourself. I always tell this story too. 5 years ago, my oldest sister-in-law, she passed away. She's 84 years old. So it was a July morning, Sioux City. You guys ever go to La Juanita's up on Pierce Street? Don't go over there. Don't go over there. Anyway, so there it was at Friday morning, 8:30, 9:15. Kind of pimping around up there, going to go in the store, get some gas here. I turned around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rugged, stink, dirty Indians. Looking at me, all of a sudden, there you go, Grandpa. My own relatives, two of my own relatives right there. I turn around, don't even think about it. Man, look at you. I start getting after him. Forget it, don't even think about it. So one of them, could you at least get us some water? We're thirsty. All right, so I went in, I got him 2 big jugs of water, got him some smokes. Took it over there. Go home. Please go home. Take a bath. I'm not lying. It was rugged. So anyway, so right there, I was putting gas in my truck. I swear to God, to this day, if I'd have tried to take that water back from him, they probably would have gained me. Right in front of me, this elder. She even told me she's from Rosebud. Older lady. I mean, I'm talking about maybe 70s, 80s. She looked old. Physically, she looked old. Maybe she wasn't that old. Right in front of me, she got in her backpack. She brought out a jug of rubbing alcohol. You guys know what rubbing alcohol is, right? Supposed to clean your face, get that grease off your face. Anyway, they poured that rubbing alcohol in that water and started drinking it. I couldn't say a word. I was looking at them. So there they went. They were happy, had their smokes, had their drink, went back over there, walked, sat down. And so the reason I tell that story, how many people in here, children or adults, have ever walked around with a broken heart? Anybody? Good. Walking around with a broken heart. Your heart was broken. We could probably, every hand should go up. Nothing to be ashamed of. These relatives are walking around not just with a broken heart, but that heart was shattered to pieces. Their spirit was broken. And they gave up hope. They weren't living, they was existing. So I brought my sage here today. Now I think about that. Hold on, guys. Having a senior moment here. Hold on. Jamie, where you at? Get over here. She there? Damn, I suppose she's not even in here, is she? There she is. Okay, so rolls up real good. So Jamie's gonna roll this up real good, and I want this to go around. I want everybody here to touch it, because right now there's something inside of you. Maybe there's a heartache, heartbreak. I want you to take that sage. You take it, you rub it. Say a silent prayer for it. Hey, everyone here, something's in here that you want Mona to know about. And so when I finish my presentation, I'm gonna say a prayer for every one of you here, because you all come from families. You all come from homes. And so every one in here, teachers, everyone, you touch that. What's in here? Maybe someone's sickly. Maybe you lost someone. Maybe you're in mourning. Maybe you're worried about school, whatever it is. So for you relatives, when you go to, how many people has not been into the sweat lodge? Everybody been into the sweat? All right, good. We're going to do more of those sweats, because you go into the sweat lodge, pray, the grandfathers come in. When that sacred water hits the rock, that steam hits you. Sometimes it's so hot, it's barely a breathe, you feel like you're burning up. But when you go in there, you pray. Our native ways and our native spirituality, you pray. Then everything should leave you. You should go up to the Creator God. Bitterness, jealousy, hatred, revenge, all those things, it's like a virus that's in there. You got to let it go now. But what happens a lot of times? People can't forgive. People can't forget. And sometimes they can't forgive themselves. It's so easy to do, but they can't do it. So that's that virus. That's that virus. Hold on, time out. Oh, I was going to get his picture. He woke him up. So that's that virus that's in there. So if you let everything go, you become brand new. Like Wednesday, the DDU routes is going to graduate. To me, they're brand new. Now, this is also important. Everyone here, we can't change the past. I'm going to say it again. We cannot change the past, so don't think about the past. Learn from it. Move on. For me here, choice, teachable, service, then wisdom. Learn from your past experiences and don't repeat it. I swear to God, like I said, some people, I swear to God, they can't stop drinking. They can't stop smoking pot. They can't stop doing drugs, so they come over and over. They must really like me. They come see me all the time on probation. So when they come to my office again and again, like I said, there's my spirit mirror. It's a big round mirror. I make them look in there. Oh my gosh, not again. Please, let me say a prayer for you. Let me smoke you off. Then I tell them, look in that mirror. You look in that mirror. Slap yourself. Slap yourself because you had a weak moment. In a weak moment, there you are again. And there they are feeling sorry for themselves. One of the bros, he did good for 12 years. All of a sudden, his wife left him. He lost it. DUI. Back on probation again. But see, it's that teachable moment I talk about every day. Every day is a teachable moment for everyone up here. So then the foundation, the 5 principles, choice, teachable, service, wisdom. Then we talk about creator. And when we say creator, we're not talking about a religion. Not talking about Native American church, the Catholic faith. We're not talking about that. We're talking about spirituality. Every one of us here, you're on your own path, your direct path to create a God. I still go to Father Mark, brother, Father Mark over here. I still go to Catholic church when I can. Went to St. Boniface, healing. How many times have I said the Our Father? How many times have I said the Rosary? Who knows Our Father in here? Anybody? A few of you? In that prayer, the Our Father, it talked to me one day. 5 years ago, 2 of my bros passed away, and I was saying that prayer sincerely for their children, for their grandchildren, their companion. And if you think about that prayer, it says it right there. God's will be done on earth here as it is in heaven. So that prayer talked to me that day. And so for me, everything good that happened in your life, everything sad, created God, put it there so you can learn from that. I was up to Sioux City running a wake service up there, and there's some non-Indians came over there. No disrespect to the non-natives because they really don't know a lot about our culture. And so the ladies come in there. We had the memorial cake. Oh, look at that cake. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a real good dessert. Sweet cake. Looks good. That's okay because they didn't know. So I had to get up there and explain to them that memorial cake represents everything that was good in this relative's life that was lying in state. All their children, grandchildren, the blessings that they had in life. Everything. So here it is right here. Because look at, so all you children here, you had a mother and you had a father. So they came together and they created you. No one's like you. They created you, so they are the co-creators with Mauna, Teconsta, Wakanda, however you say it. And so as the co-creators with the Creator, we tell the fathers this, we tell the mothers this. Be a blessing to them. Bless them with sobriety. Bless them with spirituality. Bless them with prayer. Bless them with loving acts of kindness. My children, my grandchildren, I spoil them if they deserve to be spoiled. But sometimes they think money grows on checks. Choka, just write a check. Choka, get one of your cards out, charge it. They want this, they want that. So sometimes if they want something, then they got to do this, and this for me. They got to earn it. So I say it like this. When you children here with your teachers, man, bless them. Go into the classroom, bless them with paying attention, being respectful. Don't be trying to act cute. Don't be trying to take over, disrespect the class, disrupt the class. So be a blessing every day. If you're not a blessing every day, we tell the fathers and mothers you're a burden. It goes back to me, myself, and I mentality, thinking about yourself. You can't be like that. Selfishness, self-centeredness is part of again, it goes back to attitude. You either have a good, positive attitude, or sometimes you get a shitty, piss-poor attitude. Don't go there. Keep a good attitude. Be respectful. Have self-respect. See, sometimes, too, I said 1 year at the Father Conference, that was our theme, recovering respect. Mary Bird passed on many years, my sister Mary. When she passed on, I said, Mary, what's your some of your memories here? She says, Terry, my God, some days, some of these children have no respect for not just their teachers, but for the parents and grandparents. She's going on and on. Here, I showed her my flyer for my conference that year, 6, 7 years ago. Recovering respect. Respect. I've been going into the prisons. I didn't plan on going into the prisons, but the Native brothers asked me to go down to Sioux Falls. I've been going down to the Jameson Annex. Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday I'm going in and sweat with them. So the Jameson Annex, then there's the big prison. When I first went in there, 70 natives. They got the chanupa, they got the drum, got the pipe, got everything in there. So 70 natives are in there. So I tell them my name, my Indian name, my nicknames. Yeah, that's what they call me. Back then, I'm not saying this in a kind of brag myself up, but back in the day, when I used to play ball 50 years ago, once I shot that ball, money. So that's my nickname, T Money, one of them. So they call me Deske T Money. So when I went into that prison first time, boyfriend, he's from Pine Ridge. He went in there. He said, "Are you from Winnebago? Do you know Isaiah Medina? Do you know David Winget?" He knew them all. He knew them all. He's, I think he's 26, excuse me. He's 26. So, big muscled up kid, handsome kid, good baller. I said, "How long you been down, son?" 4 years. "When do you get out, son?" "When I die." 5 of those boys in there, all under 30. The sad part about it, this is the sad part about it, where they woke up in jail. This young man, he was on meth for a week. Got in a car crash and killed an elderly couple, almost killed a highway patrolman. He woke up in jail. What am I doing here? He's never going to get out. Never going to get out. When I go into the prison, what do they have on? They have orange jumpsuits on, different colored jumpsuits. What does it say on there? What do you think it says on their jumpsuit? Inmate, convict, a number. And so I share everything with my wife. My wife, I can tell her something, and she's so traditional. She's so intelligent. She blows it up. So working on another project. I am not just a number. I am not just a number. But that's what society does, labels you. And sometimes a lot of my people, they might have been on drugs and alcohol. They might have been in domestic violence. But nowadays, sweat lodge men, pipe carriers, doing wonderful things, serving the people. But yet, they're condemned for life. They'll never pass a background check. So I don't agree with that. And so that's just me, but I'm trying to get the non-natives to look at our native ways and our native spirituality. I do a lot of talking to the non-native professional people. I was telling the people I was up to, I got a PowerPoint zip drive to keep me on track. I was up to DHS in Iowa, had give me about 50 people, 40 people, social workers, judges, administration staff. I was down FBI office down in Omaha. All the non-natives. Judge Mary Sokolowski, she's an elder, been on the bench many years. She knows me. It's like one of my moms. So I was in there talking to the Rouches about working with native families. That's what I was telling them, the most respectful way I could say it. Shane Frisk, DHS director. Tom Boske, the regional man. The judges, the attorneys. Best way I can say it, I said, when you're working with Indian people, I'm going to say it real respectfully, you can't think white. You can't think white. You can't think like a non-native. You got to go native. How are you going to go native? You come into the sweat. Come around us. Be respectful. Listen, learn our ways. So I've had, in Nebraska and Iowa, social workers, judges, white probation officers come in there. Right, like I said, right now I'm at Rosecrans Jackson. When I sponge off the relatives, talk about letting everything go, tears come out. Tears come out. They in a sacred place, in a sacred way. We're even with you young children here, we're young adults now. My wife, she created a couple programs. I just haven't had time to come up here and do it. She created a Native American AA program for the youth. Attitude adjustment. attitude adjustment. She created a listening circle so it could really listen to you. It's your time to talk now. Make it a ceremony. Sage, tobacco, sweetgrass. Use them for you. Bless them like that. The sage is going around, so hopefully some of you really praying, putting everything in there that's inside so it can go up to the heavens. Where's it at anyway? Huh? Okay. Did it get over here yet? Okay, so that means I got more time to take my coat off here. Time out. No. So this is going around, and this is important because your spirituality is important. Like I said, what I started to say, what does the church have? I got married in a Catholic church here. But when you go to any church, sometimes they have rules. They have rules that you got to obey. If you disobey the rules, what does the church do sometimes? Kick you out. You're done. I'm sorry. So our native ways and our native spirituality, we don't judge. We don't judge. So remember now, right now, for example, I'm an acting court administrator. I've been down that court over 30 years. So I have a youth shelter, youth crisis intervention center, child support, juvenile probation, truancy, a lot of people. So when we have the big staff meetings like that, T's the big boss now. What do I tell them? I'm not the boss. I'm not the boss. I'm your head coach. I'm the head coach right now. So as the head coach, what am I going to do if someone makes a mistake? They're cutting up. They're not pulling their weight. I'm not going to say, I'm sorry. You're fired. You're done. I'm going to have that one-on-one coach talk. So as a coach, I'm going to try to what? Motivate them, inspire them, try to get them on a different path. And so that's how I say it every day. When they walk through that door, it's not about their name, but they have a title. Child support, clerk, attorney, judge, or whatever. They have a title. So with that title goes responsibilities. But everything here, down the court, down to social services, it's all to serve the people. And when you serve the people, you got to pay attention to them. You got to listen to them in a respectful way. You can't act like a bully and don't pay attention to them. Sometimes people don't communicate. How are you going to heal someone if you don't communicate? So see, it all goes back to choices. Everything goes back to choices. So even here today, hold on. Damn, the day before Thanksgiving, I got bucked off a horse, cracked my head on the cement. Then before that, I cracked my head on the ice. And years ago, I got in a car crash. I had 68 stitches here. Then another time I was playing basketball, schooling the guys up St. Augustine here. I slipped, cracked my head, 20 staples in my head. So I take medication. Sometimes my equilibrium, I'm off balance. So I got to be careful. So even today here, what's taking place here today, I want to commend the organizers that brought this together. So look what's going on in the world. We got to pay attention. So I even brought my tobacco. When I get done here, I'm going to light this tobacco. I'm going to put it out to the west of a tree and even say some more prayers for you. And then I was talking about my spirit pictures. There's a Navajo medicine man. He's from New Mexico. His name is Ray T. Daw. There's a Meskwaki brother, Sean Bear Sr. These two Native men run the National Native American Behavioral Health Program for Natives. They came over here now a few times. They did a PowerPoint. And they did a PowerPoint. Ray was talking about in the Navajo culture, tall man, shadow man, come around with their youth. Sometimes they come around because of alcohol and drugs. Time out. That's calling back. My phone goes 24/7. My messenger goes 24/7. So anyway, so here's the point for the people. Did anyone here ever have to go get a mental health examination? A few of you guys? It's okay. Not Randy, I'm sorry. What Sean Bear and what Ray T was saying, they said, so they have their PowerPoint up. These guys are, I think Ray's a doctor, he's a psychologist, but he's native. Remember, he's a Navajo medicine man. So he said, you know what, if Terry Medina, Randy Decora, Scott Aldridge, if they went to a behavioral health, mental health professional that was non-native, and they say, we make a spirit dish, put it out for relatives when we have a doings. Or we see sometimes our spirit relatives. We see things. So based on their training, which is okay, they don't know, based on their training, they're going to put down delusional. Man, these guys are seeing things. Schizophrenia. They label us. They diagnose us. They medicate us. They judge us. But you see, they don't know about our ways. That's why I created God. For whatever reason, I'm always preaching and teaching, trying to educate non-native relatives about our ways. And so when our spirit relatives come around, like I said, they come around. They come around when you're all alone, when you're thinking about hurting yourself, drinking, drugging. I don't have to tell you. You can get on Google, our Native American statistics. We lead the country in everything. Everything that's not good, suicides, alcohol, drugs, on and on. Cedar, sage, sweetgrass, and tobacco. I use that. I have it on right here. Keep the spirits away. So, to me, the Catholic faith, any faith is good. Going to a seer concert is good. But see, everything that we go through is that teachable moment. So for me, what's happening here today, the relatives here, they thought something of you. Want to invest some time in you. To educate you, to try to keep you on a good path. Because a lot of times, I say it, sometimes you're at a crossroads, right here at a crossroads. Sometimes someone passed away suddenly. Maybe your mother, father, your brother or sister, maybe even a small baby passed away. See, you're heartbroken. Where's Randy Decora? I'm thirsty. Somebody give me water. Anyway, so you're heartbroken. That's what I say. Did anyone here ever get mad at God? You get mad at Creator? Sometimes we do. Sometimes you do. You get mad. Why me? Why me? Why my mom? I tell the children, my mother, my biological mother, she passed away when I was 6 years old. So I had 3 sister moms who raised me. So I tell my children and grandchildren, if you still have a mother, you still have a father, man, respect her. Spoil her. Wait on her. Because a lot of kids, I'm going to play a CD here. I created this CD right here. Mr. Luther passed on now. My bro, Foster Klama, passed on now, but we was back here in the studio. We made a CD here. And so I shared the CD, and so I'm going to kind of stop here for a minute here. Jamie, somebody come over and light my candle. If I bend down, I might fall over. Somebody come up here and help me light my candle. Anybody? All right, there you go. Shit, look at me. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Light that candle. Hey, yeah. Can you get it? Go turn side. Might have to turn sideways. Yeah, get it? And no respect. Here you go. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna. Can you turn the lights off? Turn all the lights off. Then turn all the lights off. Or wait. Yeah. Turn them off. Just turn them off. So he's gonna get ready. He's gonna play 4 songs on the CD. 4 songs on there. I'm talking. I'm saying some words. My brother Foster, he's playing that Indian flute music. So right now, I want you, everyone here, look at that candle. Look at that candle. Let's take a look at it. To me, I created a candle, the flame of hope, from this day on. And my nephew, he created a beautiful art for me. So the flame of hope from this day on. So right now, like I say, from this day on, each and every one of you guys are brand new. So this flame represents fatherhood, motherhood, the brotherhood and sisterhood, the Tospi, the Oyate, the family, the people. Then I say it like this. Look at everyone here. Everyone here all the way around. Each and every one of you, you have your own light. You have your own light. Sometimes that light's bright. Sometimes it's just barely a flicker. Sometimes it goes out. To me, the four sacred colors, I use them in a different way. The black, for how I try and teach, that black road is that black road of darkness and addiction. So when the relatives on that black road, drinking, drugging, they can't see or hear the cries of their own children, grandchildren that really need them in their life. And it goes back to selfishness. Like I said, someone passes away. When you come to a crossroads, you're going to go on a path of giving thanks for the time that you had with your loved one. Going down a path of prayer. Everyone's on Facebook. I always tell people when there's a body line estate, all the pictures are on display. Beautiful pictures of a memory that took place. So now I tell the relatives, all those pictures now is a treasured memory that's going to sustain you until you're reunited with them again. In our Santee, Dakota Sioux language, we say Doksha. Doksha. That means we'll see you down the road. Here or the next in the spirit world. So this light here, you guys all have a light. Sometimes it's bright, sometimes it's not so bright. Again, it's up to you. It's up to you. Like I said, for me, my children, I'm always giving them tests. And sometimes they fail that test. I'm trying to teach them something. And a lot of times when I'm getting after someone, I'm right in their face. If I didn't love you, then I get after them about respect, attitude, being sober. But then what I haven't done, that's why my wife kind of enlightened me. She created a listening circle for me to just keep my mouth shut and listen to you children. But even some of you children can't express yourself by words, so now coming out with the writings and poems from the res. What's inside you? What's inside you? What's really inside you? No one knows. No one knows because the young children, the teenagers, the young adults, man, they got to be cool. They got to look tough, be tough. But sometimes they're scared. They don't know what's going on. They can't express it in a good way. They cut themselves, do things. So here, it's like a spirituality empowerment. I try to empower you. Spirituality empowerment and empowerment through spirituality. That's what I try to do every day to everyone I come in contact with. Creator God, He put me in a place. Oh, thank you. Champion right here. Champion. So Creator God put me in a place where we say in our fatherhood way of life, if a man or a woman loves his people, loves what he does, never work a day in your life. That's me. Every day, someone comes in my life that I try to empower, pray for. And then sometimes I say it like this in a funny way, but serious way. I'm serious. Remember I say I go to sweat. I go to a sweat lodge, smoke myself off, cedar myself off. I'm praying for my relatives in need, but I swear to God, that's not enough. That's not even enough. So I was teasing around. I was telling Randy and some of my bros, I said, man, some people just ain't getting it. So now I'm looking at performing my first exorcism. Tie them up, put that holy water on them because they can't listen. I swear to God, I don't carry my handcuffs. I barely found my badge. I pulled out my badge today. I don't carry my handcuffs, but I get so frustrated, not just with my own children, but with people that I love, my chuchkes, my children. A lot of people call me Dad, Dega, Choka. So if they call me that, I see something I don't approve of, I got to get after them. So some days, like I said, I get frustrated. Look at, we feel frustrated, we feel angry, we feel all these things. Sometimes that goes into bitterness. We got to let it go. So I try to pray every day. But sometimes, I swear to God, I'm serious. I say it. I could get my handcuffs out, handcuff them behind their back, and tie them to the chair, slap the hell out of them, choke them. Taking it back, that's right. Old school. Back in the day, one of my tribes in Oregon, if you got caught stealing twice, they cut your hands off. There was never a lazy person, you get banished. There was no laziness. So, taking it back, old school, we can't do what we used to do for our children. I never did get spanked in my life because I went to Catholic school, was a good kid, made good choices. My father, he worked in the meat packing industry 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. Never once threw me a ball because I seen him work hard. Sundays, he never missed church. GQ, man, suited up, had his brim on. So I made a vow when I got to that age, do everything for my children. Brotherhood, being there. To me, the love of the game was basketball. I can't play no more, but I still love the game. March Madness, I got Kansas still going. Gonzaga let me down. So I love the game of basketball. And so look at everyone here. You guys got your own gifts. Should I say my boy Cole? What's his name? What's his name? Joyce's boy, Cody. What's his name? Man, he's in the page, the actor. Toby Bass. I'm loving it for him, man. Loving it for him. Loving it for him. So see, look at no doubt his mother, his grandparents, proud of him. Proud of him. So that's what I try to say. All your fathers, your mothers, your grandparents, all your spirit routes aren't here. They're going to be, I want them to be proud of you. And we say it like this too. When we pass on, pay attention, when we pass on, you're going to take all your knowledge with you. Everything that you knew down here, you're going to take all your relationships with you. Because when you get over there, like on my mom's side, my dad's side, I never met my grandparents. So I'm going to be reunited with them one day. Then we say this. You're going to take your honor with you because you was a good man, good dad, a good woman, good mom, grandma, grandpa, however it is like that. Or you're going to take your shame with you. Because how can you be a good dad or good mom if you're on the streets, addicted, in prison or in jail? I'm in Sioux City, Iowa. I just got appointed to the warming shelter. And I went up to that warming shelter a couple months ago. I didn't even get in there. Dega, Choka. Man, a lot of natives there. I went down to that soup kitchen, served the people. I knew a lot of people in there. Fell on hard times. And so I treat people with respect. And they can feel that. They trust me. They seek me out. My messenger goes 24/7, people reaching out for prayer. So I try to take time to do that. So now, okay, put it back. Okay, so now I want you to shut your eyes if you can, if you want to. Because I'm going to play, I want you to turn the volume up too so they can hear it. There's going to be 4 songs. My brother Foster's playing the flute music. We recorded that right here in the studio. So I'm on there, 4 songs talking, so I want you to listen to the words. Listen to the words. Okay, take it away. 4 push-ups. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. This candle represents the light of the Creator and the flame of hope. This candle represents the flame of hope for you or a loved one. From this day on, come into the light of the Creator. For far too long you have been in the darkness. From this day on, you can make a change in your life. When you light this candle, from this day on, this flame of hope is for all your hopes and desires and dreams of a better way for you and your loved ones. This candle you are holding was created for you. This flame of hope is for anyone who has been lost, been in the darkness of hopelessness, with their spirit broken and all alone. Stay in the light, which stands for truth, righteousness, and goodness. Give thanks for the blessings you have in your life. Strength comes from your spirit inside of you. From this day on, from this day on, from this day on, from this day on. Whoever is hearing my voice and listening to these words, I want to challenge you to enter the zone. The zone is a state of mind and a state of being. It draws from the most private part of our souls an inner strength which gives us the power and determination to seek wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment. It's where we find the courage to stand for what is right and true. The zone is where we find the weapons to battle against the lure of all dangerous substances and evil influences which might destroy our minds and pollute our bodies. It is a place where we find the ability to endure the trials and tribulations of life. It's where we find victory, where we set our goals, and where we chase our dreams. Within it, we find the ability to adapt to the world around us and protect our culture and heritage. Whatever tribe, race, color, or creed. The zone knows no color. The zone is not for the weak of heart and mind, nor is it for the lazy or the fragile. The zone demands responsibility, ambition, struggle, and sacrifice. Within it, we will suffer pain, scorn, and face rejection. But for those who persevere and refuse to surrender, the rewards are great. You will earn respect, success, and honor, and grow in your own personal spirituality. We will forge new paths for the younger generations to follow. We will raise higher standards for our tribes to live by. We will dance in joy and peace. We will sing a new song of victory. For the zone is inside each and every one of us. Look into your heart and feel it. Feel your spirit inside and reach into yourselves to confront and conquer all your fears that surround you in your everyday walk of life. We will walk closer with the Creator. We will make every effort to dedicate ourselves to be shining examples of others to follow. The zone, the zone. Those of us who are fathers and mothers, grandfathers and grandmothers, know the feeling we get when we see our children, our grandchildren. We feel so much love inside and are so proud of our loved ones that maybe we would take time to give thanks to Creator God for our blessings, which is our children. But there are those children who have no dad, no mom, and no loving grandparents to shower them with affection, love, and most of all, their time, to teach them and to nourish their hearts and spirits. We all know the prayer, the Our Father. In that prayer, it has been said that prayer covers everything. It says, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. God's will be done. So if Creator God's will be done, then everything that happens to us in our lives is Creator God's will for us. Every day is a teachable moment, but we have to take time to see that moment and give of our time to love and support and cultivate that relationship with that young boy or girl. Every experience is meant to happen to us so we can learn from that and not repeat our past mistakes. No doubt there are children today who say, I wish I had a dad. I wish I had a mom. I wish I was not all alone in this darkness. I wish I had something to eat because I'm hungry. I wish I had good clothes to wear so I'd not be teased and made fun of all the time. I wish I had good shoes to run and play and jump. I wish I had a grandma, a grandpa to love and spoil me. I wish I was free instead of going from foster home to foster home. I wish I was not locked up because no one wants me. I wish God loved me. I wish my prayers would be answered. I wish I was not always being bullied. I wish someone knew I feel like killing myself. I wish I had someone to talk to. I wish I had someone who really cares about me. I wish I had someone to share the hurt and pain I feel. I wish I would wake up from this nightmare I feel. We must always, and never lose faith, because we all have a Heavenly Father, who is there for us, who is there for us. Okay, time out. Go back to the first song where you forgot the first one. That's only 3. Was that 3 songs or was that 4? Yeah, one more. Go play the very first one, the intro. Go back. The very first one, the intro. I think you played it. Every day, you can read it in the newspaper. See it played over and over again on CNN and local news stations from coast to coast and worldwide. Killings, senseless shootings, murders, wars, family domestic violence, tragic and heartbreaking stories of bullying, the suicides, the horrors and effects of alcohol and drugs, tearing apart and destroying families. The reality TV shows that tell it like it is, with no scripts to follow, but real life feelings and emotions that break the spirit of the people in the stories. We all have people in our lives who are so special to us that we call them brother, sister, dad, mom, grandpa, or grandma. In the movies, we hear it said, he or she was just like my brother or sister. If we sincerely believe that, then we need to show it, live it, and be more loving and respectful to everyone, no matter what color, race, or creed. Our loved ones being struck with the cancers, the heart attacks, the strokes, the diabetes that breaks our hearts and takes our loved ones from us and leaves us with a feeling of hopelessness. We can only walk in one body and take care of one mind. We are the soul keepers of our own soul. So therefore, before we can pass on teachings, we first need to fulfill our own hearts and minds with the righteousness of the Spirit. No one walks in our shoes but us. We will all take our turn when we are called home by the Creator. We have one body, one mind, and one life. No one can pass through life without death. There is one Creator, which makes us all brothers and sisters. This flame of hope candle was created to give a sacred symbol and hope to all, no matter what color, that from this day on, we can look in the mirror and make a change in our lives. There would be no brotherhood or sisterhood without our fathers and mothers. In the words of Albert Al Pooley, fatherhood and motherhood is sacred. This is my wishes and prayers for all my brothers and sisters worldwide. I want this flame to spread around the world in 2015. Stand up and be the light in the lives of our youth. The colors represent my white, black, yellow, and red and brown brothers and sisters, and the color pink represents all the cancers and diseases of the world that we pray for a cure one day. Aho, Matako said, we're all related, 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 we're all related. Oh, good. Thank you. This is one of the very first candles that I made, but I had some with the logo on it. And then I'll say thank you for being respectful, paying attention. Man, if I had someone up here, I was getting a couple people snoring. Mouths wide open. I couldn't get it though. It's okay. It's all right. So I'm gonna pray now. I'm gonna light this sage, and for the non-natives here, how I do it, fan out the 4 directions. And Mother Earth, the heavens, and myself, seven ways here. So the 4 directions come different energies that's going to protect us. And so here today, like I said, to me, I'm going to say it one more time: we cannot change the past. Don't worry about it. We can't change it, but we can learn from it and go forward here from this day on. And then when I get done here, I'm going to put that tobacco down for all the mourners here in the 4 directions. And for those that are in the prisons, homeless, in the shelters. Then see, sometimes when I'm talking, I get a flashback. And my wife, years ago, she when she was getting her master's degree, she worked for the Ponca tribe, and she was serving the relatives in Sioux City. And I used to tell the story. I had to stop. Tears come out. Made me cry. Wintertime, she went to pick a family up from a homeless shelter. This little girl, 3 or 4 years old. They was going to go to an appointment. That little girl had one piece of toast. The wind, snow that blew that bread, that toast right out of her hand, went in the street. That little girl almost got hit by a car trying to get that toast. Hungry. So my wife, she took him, fed him, blessed him. Some of us don't know how to go hungry, how to be hungry. Eating good, buffet, picking out. But there's some of those relatives that don't have that in their lives. So that just popped in my mind, reflecting back, that little girl. Man, homeless, hungry, almost got hit by a car to get that toast. And she's still trying to eat it. My wife said, "No, come on, baby. I'm taking to feed you." So always be mindful of what you have. Be thankful of what you have. And so you can bear with me here. Jamie, you can help me out here. Hold this mic for me. When you're in charge, always boss everybody around. Bless me. Jamie always blesses me. So what I did on Friday, you don't have to, but if you want to come up here, I'll show you my spirit pictures. I don't know if you guys get scared. I got some spirit pictures that I show, so if you want to come up, come through line. If not, that's fine too. But say thank you again. Then nothing but love for each and every one of you here. I probably know all your parents and grandparents, most of them anyway. So bear with me here. I'm going to say the final prayer here. going to fade you off from here because every one of you guys touched this. And so whatever's in your heart, whatever's going on, right now, everything's going to go up to the Creator. And right now, to me, are these seats empty? Some are, some aren't. Brother Scott, obviously, those seats are all full. The routes that come around. With that, bear with me. Oh, Muna, Creator God here, say thank you for this day here. Thank you for the blessing. Come over here and offer words to you on behalf of what's taking place here today. And Creator God, we have school board, we have administrators, we got teachers, whoever comes through the doors here to serve these relatives. Blessings to them also as they have homes, they have loved ones that they hold near and dear. And Creator God, these children here, from the front row to the back row, all the way around, maybe some of them didn't make it to school today. Blessings to them and prayers to them here. And they have wants, they have needs, they have worries, they have concerns. Creator God, they touch this sage here. I want everything that they want to come true for them. Creator God, I want you to wrap your arms around them, bring love to them, bring comfort to them, bring everything that they want for them, the relatives. And some of our relatives, Creator God, they're in a dark place. They're in the shelters, our children, foster care, group homes, detention centers, our relatives that are homeless in the prisons and the jails. Ask that you make them see the light, Creator God, come into the light, which represent truth, goodness, and your love, Creator God. And Creator God, here, there's a relative that just passed away last Friday, Tisha Moore. Ask that you bless her and her family here as they went through a time of putting her away. Now the time here that's going to be different for them, Creator God. So we've all been in that front row, Creator God, from our relative line and state here. So today here, Creator God, is that teachable moment for all of these children here, that they came over here in a good way. They paid attention, was respectful. Say thank you for that, that they can go through the rest of this day here, being attention in class, trying to learn the best they can here, Creator God, and put them on that good road. They have a mission in their life, Creator God. They have a vision for themselves here, higher education, however it's going to be, Creator God, that they can bring honor to their family, their good name here, the relatives, their clans, however it is, Creator God. And even the tribal council, the relatives that sit down there, the decision makers that bless all of our relatives here, that they can look for a vision here that's going to encompass everyone here. And in the 4 directions here, throughout Indian country. And even right now, Creator God, I pray for the relatives over there in Ukraine here, the pictures, the homelessness, the heartache. We see the children, we see the old ones here that are going through like hell on earth right now, Creator God. So, Creator God, your will be done here. And so we have to have faith in you, Creator God. We have to keep having hope with you, Creator God. And blessings here that we have to pay attention worldwide here, Creator God, that we can learn from this. And one day here, have a good way here. Then again, between that time now, when Creator calls us home, I'll do my best here, Creator God, that you call upon me to be a voice for you. Nothing I do, Creator God, can't be done without you. So give all the glory, all the credit to you, Creator God. And thank you for blessing me. Thank you for my companion, my children, and everything that we want in our lives here, Creator God. So I'll ask all these things in your name. Aho. Okay, set it over there for now. Set it until it goes out. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, again, thank you. Then I don't know if I went over time. I still got some time, but I'm gonna kind of say it like that. Then again, I say all the way around. Got nothing but love for all my people, all you children here, and go out your day here. Then you want to come over here, shake my hand, see my picture. I'll show you. Otherwise, you can be. Can they be excused? Okay, all right. Oh.
Thank you to Garen Kuntz and Bethany Redhorn for all your help today on the live feed. We appreciate it. Thank you, teachers, for giving your kind attention with your students.
Yeah, good. That's over there for now. All right. I forgot my ribbon shirt. Looking good.